Hello Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to my channel. I'm Claire. This is going to be your video for the second half of July 2020. We are going to take a look at your recent past, your current energy, and what is in the immediate future for you. I'm also going to preface this reading by saying, of course, these are general readings, so they may not resonate with all of you. If they do, please give this video a like. Please feel free to share any of these videos, or get in touch in the comment section and just introduce yourself to me if you feel the call to do so. What's up with that? This week as well, I've just been feeling like these readings are not really like time linear oriented. So when we're talking about your recent past, this is just going to be a situation from some timeline in your past which has reached enough maturity to be worked with and resolved and released and dealt with in your present moment. So hopefully that helps in connecting to whatever comes up in this reading for you. All right, let's get into it. What's going on for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising in the second half of July 2020? Oh wow. Just became very aware of my feet. Very grounded, maybe, Taurus. Okay. Okay, I have a feeling this is going to be a weird reading, but let's do it. So, bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Pentacles reversed, we have the 7 of Swords, and we have the 6 of Wands reversed. So I think there are some people who are being quite deceptive in your current environment. There are some things which I feel like you're being sold, pipe dreams that are not really that viable, but you're being told this is like your chance for success. And it's creating this environment within yourself where it's like either you're super cut off and like reserved and like won't engage with other people, or you're kind of like flying all over the place with your emotions, and it's very challenging to find the middle ground for you, is what this feels like right now. My first impression of the spread as well, there's a lot of responsibilities you're feeling right now, and a lot of contemplation of how to meet your fears head on. I remember for the first half of the month, we were doing a lot of talking about feeling enough. And I feel like there's going to be a little bit of overflow with that, and just kind of like learning how to grieve. Grieve something. I'm not sure what we're going to go in and clarify. But let's do the first pass. So in your recent past, we have Strength. We have the 7 of Cups reversed, and we have the Ace of Swords. So this is big time coming out of illusion. This is big time coming into mental clarity, and big time new ideas. I'm sensing a lot of you are flying by night. And what do I mean by that? I mean becoming aware of your night vision, becoming aware of how people operate behind closed doors, becoming tied to your truth, who you are behind closed doors, and sensing that the perception some people may have of you is just a perception of what is the outside world, being very aware of like, no, behind closed doors, I'm actually this person. And then kind of wanting to show that face, the behind doors face, wanting to express a deeper truth. Yeah, I feel like you've got like the cavalry at your back right now. This is really interesting. Like you've got a lot of support coming in for you, a lot of like action and momentum and sort of tools at your disposal to sort of perpetuate the clarity that you have gained. I feel like you're also returning to like a very natural state of being. This feels like an unfettering of some kind. Like there was maybe a lot of pomp and circumstance kind of around how you felt called to be, or your obligations in the context, your culture, whatever, required you to show up with like a lot of that pomp and circumstance, very displaying, you know, like a white shirt, white collar environment, that kind of thing, or just, you know, but there's like a return to naturalness that I feel like you're either craving or you're actively doing it in the recent past. And it creates this sense of sort of defensiveness in your current pardon me, in your current energy. So we have the 3 of Wands reversed, we have the 7 of Wands, and we have the Queen of Cups reversed. So my sense is that this sort of naturalness created a bunch of confusion for you, and now you're starting to like question how much of your inner voice you really trust. And it's very, very, very much about noticing things on a day-to-day sort of progression. This feels like heat stroke for some reason, but like when something gets burnt away, like we are in the heat of summer right now in the northern in the northern hemisphere, so this can just be like those points at which the fire burns away like the extra emotions, or like there's a deceptiveness that comes from like being like boundaryless with someone in emotional relation, but when the fires of truth and the fires of passion come in, there is a separation that happens there, and there is like a reinstatement of boundaries that you realize that you kind of need to have in order to have a healthy dynamic, or just to like be seen for who you are. That's what this feels like. There feels like there may have also been like a ship that sailed, like that ship sailed, you know what I mean? Like there might be someone from the past coming back in with like an emotional offer, but you're feeling like they are a bit of an emotional drain. That's what this feels like, and it just doesn't fit into like your natural, like your return to your natural self right now that we've been talking about. And this can also just be like with those like burning away, like the steam, you know, fire meets water and there's steam, and there's like a cloud that comes up. I feel like you're very, very conscious of that confusion. You're conscious of like the ships that are coming in and out of harbor, that you are waiting. You're waiting very patiently for the right thing to fit. You're working with this by going internally. In your immediate future, we have the Hermit, we have the 5 of Cups, and we have the Moon. So this is a lot of feeling your way through it. This is a lot of looking internally. I'm going to show you this image. Sort of, this is not a great camera, but there's like the inner workings of this owl. This is someone who is kind of like, look at the eye contact. Back the fuck off. Let me do this. Let me figure out my inner light. And this is a character who figures out their own inner light for their own benefit. It's very important to recognize that. And undergoes an emotional process. Again, this is clearing that steam. This is tears of heartache for a lot of you. This will be, and angry tears, I'm feeling for some reason. This is like when you're so angry because someone won't recognize what you're saying, they maybe won't acknowledge you, that the response is just like to is this frustration. It's frustrated tears. So if you're feeling that, I am really sorry. That is uncomfortable to be in. There is also a lot of fear that you're managing to confront right now. With this deck specifically, the Moon isn't necessarily about deception. It's more about fear, but I think for you, it's like coming to terms with like there may have been deception in that environment, there may have been deception in those relationships, and now that the fog is starting to clear, and now that you're starting to identify what feels true inside of you, you may be just grieving days gone by. You know, this could be grieving a life that never will be. Or seeking answers. I think you're just seeking answers, and you're kind of allowing yourself to not know, and dealing with the fear that comes up with that is very, very possible as well. But I do feel like as well, you're very much isolating yourself in this process. So let's go back and clarify. Let's talk about this Ace of Swords in your recent past. Okay, we've got the World, we've got the Five of Swords, and we've got the Knight of Wands. Cool. That's really interesting. Yeah, there was this feels very significant. Very like a significant sort of battle was won for you. Passion projects. Exploration, pardon me. Blazing a new trail. All those kind of things. Getting your feet back in the sand. I think that this cycle, what am I doing here? Was completing itself in a big way. Very, very big way. There's a maturity that has come for letting go of, you know, the past in some way. I get the sense too that there's a lot of sadness that came through for you in accepting, like, again, this might be like that reality that will never come to fruition for you now. It's like there's some sort of a creative insight that created a need to win a fight, a need to resolve a cycle, a need to show what you were finding in your inner world, bring it into the outer world. Let's talk about this Seven of Cups reversed here in your recent past. We've got Justice reversed, we've got Seven of Pentacles reversed, and we've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like there was, and Judgment on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like there was some imbalance with justice in your past, and I feel like you took the time to like evaluate what had been going on. Historically, this could be a work-related thing, but this could also just be like how you were dedicating your energy towards something, like how much of an daily investment of your time, of your energy, of your resources were you giving towards this thing, and just sort of like finding that it was leaving you wanting in some way. Like kind of looking at your life and saying, when was the last time I actually felt good about my life? When was the last time I took a vacation? When was the last time I got vacation pay? Those kind of things. It's like, do I want to go back to that? And just like, there's that injustice there where it's like, no, I don't. Let's talk about strength here in your recent past. We've got Judgment reversed, we've got the Hangman reversed, and we got the Four of Cups reversed. So there was a lot of indecision here. There was a lot of not trusting your own judgment, I feel like, and a very Piscean kind of person. You might have been dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer, but someone who was very like lost in the sauce of their own emotions, and someone who was kind of almost fascinated with their emotions. This could be you, but this could be someone else as well. It's kind of hard to say. Kind of feel like it's could be both, actually, now that I'm thinking about it out loud. I kind of feel like it might be you, though. Someone who has been sort of ruminating. And rumination is very bad for your digestion. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but rumination is very bad for your digestion. And not the lack of trust in your own inner voice was trumped by your strength. That's just what I see with this. Yeah, there's a long period of waiting, a long period of, I don't know, just like deciding what to take on and what to reject. Yeah, like acceptance of your truth, I think, is kind of what happened here. So yeah, that's cool. Let's hop into your current energy with this Queen of Cups reversed. What's going on there? Any day now. This is the same thing. We've got the Three of Wands reversed, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Four of Swords. So this is not only someone who's emotionally ruminating, but is mentally overthinking it. There's this waiting energy of waiting for the ships to come in, judging that harbor, and seeing what, if we're going to use that analogy, what traders are coming into your harbor? What fine silks and teas do they offer you? Is it something you want to invest in? I don't know. There's a lot of waiting here, a lot of thinking. So let's pop out of that. Actually, let's clarify this. What is going on here, guys? Let's work together, shall we? Let's talk about this Seven of Wands in your current energy. What are we defending here? Okay, we've got the Page of Cups reversed, we have the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups reversed. Water sign, so maybe a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But I also feel like this is you. This is like a creative block. I wonder if this feels like you had the wool pulled over your eyes in the past. Again, this is like the when fire meets water, there's steam, there's a cloud of confusion. I wonder if there's like a distrust that you now have for your own creative process or for your emotional connection to other people. Simply because it's like you were taken advantage of. Clearly, like it's in the cards. I see that you were taken advantage of in some way. And the pattern that maybe was a safety net for you at that time that got you out of that situation of like learning how to read between the lines, to liberate yourself. I feel like there was a mistrust of your emotions that it also instilled. Like it just slipped in through the cracks of this entire situation. Now it's still here for you and you're still like, I don't know how much of my own heart I can rely upon. But we have this Knight of Cups here. So I feel like this emotional detachment piece, it is starting to loosen up a little bit. There might be like a knuckle sandwich that you're giving yourself when it comes to your emotions. There might be some punishment when it comes to like heart-centeredness. I kind of feel that this is another figure who's coming towards you though. So keep your eyes and ears and heart open for that. And now I kind of understand why this Five of Cups is in your immediate future, because once this offer comes in, there's a lot of out that needs to be felt in order to accept whatever this Knight of Cups is bringing you. And this can just be you being inspired by a new creative endeavor. This can be you looking into your own heart and being really surprised by what you find there. But either way, it's blocked right now. Your heart is blocked right now, I feel. And so, yeah, you go into this hermit mode. Let's clarify this hermit energy in your immediate future. We've got the Hierophant reversed. We've got the Tower. We've got the Five of Wands. This looks like a divorce of some kind, someone who you're spiritually committed to, and there's like the cracks in the pavement that maybe were always there, have just been revealed to you, or just like you changed, they changed, life changed, and now you're kind of at each other's throats. So you're looking within yourself to say, okay, well, why was I in that situation maybe in the first place? And like, why? Because here you are, you know, the Hierophant. Very, very much about a higher level of commitment. And it feels like, to me, I wonder if what you're saying to yourself isn't like, my commitment failed. And kind of like blaming that on yourself, you know, taking too much responsibility for something that didn't work out. I feel like you might be beating yourself up about it, but I also feel like you're in this process of wanting to wanting to get back into your heart. It's interesting. It's like there's like multiple locks around your heart, and one of them is this storyline around, why didn't my commitment to this work? Why wasn't I enough? You might be telling yourself, which is a lie. Okay, you're enough. But there are also weapons of your mind that you are using against yourself. And I think there is a chain of fear as well. What is this moon doing here? Yeah, nice. Cool, dude. So we have the Ten of Swords reversed, we have the Lovers reversed, and we have Death. So this is ending, you know? This is an ending that has come and gone. There's returning to so this analogy of the chained heart. This is the keys. You have the keys to the kingdom now. You are unlocking all of these because it's ended, because it's done, because it's going through this transformation process, but you need to let yourself out of those chains. You have the keys. You can return to yourself. For me, the Lovers is not a card of relationship. This is a card of communication. This is a card of authenticity. This is a card of doing things that are connected to who we are beneath the surface. And to do that, the dark night is over. The sun will come back. The keys are in your hand. So find the locks. That's it. That's what I have for you. I hope that this reading helps. I'll see you next time.